The Bible tells us a story in Genesis 28:10 about a place very much like this one. Jacob had been sent away from his home. He was going out into an unknown future. His brother Esau wanted to kill him for stealing his birthright. And so he started out, heading towards a place called Haran. They found a place like this. He came along and found a rock, very much like this one, where he could lay his head that night. They put away their things and went to sleep. During that night, he had a dream. And in his dream, he saw a stairway going all the way up to heaven. And angels of God were coming up and down the stairway. And at the top of the stairway was God himself. And God said, "Jacob, I'm your God, the God of your father, Isaac, the God of Abraham. The land where you're laying, I will give to you, and your descendants will be as numerous as sands of the sea, and they will bless all the families of the earth. I will not leave you, I will protect you. I will be with you until all these things have come true." Jacob woke up from his dream, and the darkness of the night engulfed him. He couldn't shake the brilliance of what he had just seen out of his head. And he realized, he said, God was here, and I didn't even know it. When he stopped for the night, it seemed like a desolate place, and he didn't know that God was there. In the morning, it was still vivid in his mind what happened. And he said, "This is an awesome place. This is the house of God." He took a bottle of oil, anointed a stone, and he named the place Bethel, which means house of God. That place, that desolate place in the desert, which looked like a lonely, protected place in the middle of the desert, turned out to be a very sacred place because God was there. In 1905, a pioneering group of Seventh-day Adventists found another place, a place we now know as Loma Linda. What they didn't know at first was that that place was sacred because God was there. Because God created a place where those that follow him can come and fulfill his plan. And that plan is the sacred work of what happens in Loma Linda. And what happened after that became history. Families across the earth were blessed because of the blessings that God had given to that place. A few years ago, a group of visionary people established a hospital in Marietta. And while it's a beautiful hospital, what we didn't realize is it's a sacred place. It's a sacred place because God was here long before we showed up. Because to us, work is not just about a paycheck. It's not more than just a job. But it is a sacred calling to share the love that God has showed to us, to transform the lives of others. Each day throughout our health system, lives are changed. People are touched. And to those of us that work here, it's a privilege and an honor to be part of God's plan in such a sacred place. God was here long before we showed up.